Previously on the speedrunning tutorial.
Hello, my old friend.
Next episode. Drive. Like I said, you can get the lightning plug jump now or during machine gun 80. I tend to get this one now because I'm paranoid that I will miss the upcoming one. Either way, drive. Watch out for the road, massive guys tends to spawn here. This thing apparently doesn't have a collision. Make jump here. Think carefully what you want to do with your turbo now. The timings vary depending on whether or not you got the fence hop. You may want to delay the turbo if needed. These tributes may not be necessary depending on your shopping list. Drive. The only interesting thing about this segment is that I delayed this turbo to get one airborne. I let myself do it because I would save my turbo on this hill. Other than that, I tried the path to the right to be innovative, but guess what? It didn't work. Rodeo. There are issues with this mission, but let's start with the start. Drive forward. I drive pretty far because I count on some piggies there. U-turning with a thunderhug is an art on its own. The piggies have weird behavior. The best thing I got for that is that whenever they fart fire from their exhaust holes, they choose direction in which they run away from you, and they are committed to that direction until the next fart. That's why I stop. When they fart and they are going at me, they will run away from me through me. If I stop, I'm giving them the chance to reroll and flee in correct direction. That's the best I get. That being said, hurt some piggies. If you can hurt 4 or more, that's good. Then keep them in check. But first, let me tell you about this cutscene. Remember it and tell your friends that this is the cutscene which, when you not skip it, is beneficial to speedrun noob. You see, stun duration is 10 seconds. The stun node cooldown in this mission is 12 seconds, instead of regular 24. If you skip the cutscene right away, the piggies get magically unstunned, and you don't get the cooldown reset so they run off. By skipping the cinematics later, you prevent that. You want to skip it 12 seconds after you fired stun node. If you use a stopwatch or spritz or whatever, use it as a reference. But waiting until camera makes full rotation around your girl is a visual cue that is easy to remember and mostly works. Okay, now what? It depends on how many piggies you herded. In 4 in total, keep them there and don't get new ones. But there's something you need to know. The way I do it is slower. You see, I would like to stay in point blank range and have them obey and stay, but whenever I try to figure out their behavior here, they do the exact opposite of whatever I'm currently thinking. So at this point it becomes gambling. And I don't gamble, because I always lose. So what I do is leave them space and spook them when they have space in the back to run off to. It's consistent at least. If you would like to grind this segment, abandon mission instead of reloading checkpoint. That way you will get correct spawn rate. If you are planning on long practice session, watch the entire introduction cutscene. Then you will be able to skip it immediately, without that initial delay.
What are we waiting for? Let's go! This time, though?
Here's a trivia for you. The infamous rodeo skip. The clips you need are somewhere on this channel. Basically, your girl grabs 2 piggies at a time, saving you a cycle. I'm speaking of it as a trivia because it's rare, it's random, and there's no reliable setup or way to cause it. Brutal victory! Drive. Visit Ozzy's crib. Buy what you planned. Like I said, right now I don't have final build order. Certain things for me are Disgorger, Turbo 1 and Machine Gun. By the time I finish these videos, I will have final version. Keep driving. You still remember Airborne Turbo? Good. One shot at glory. The first segment is obvious. You can get this serpent. And skip dialogues with commands.
Show me the target.
Looking good,
Mangus,
girls.
equip the stage for Thunderhogs.
Thunderhog,
Mangus, we need a Thunderhog out here.
One
You guys are my
Thunderhog.
personal... You like that? There's more where that came from.
Annihilate!
Mangus, more
I choose girls over bangers for two reasons. 1. Due to bloodbath, bangers don't get to attack. 2. Girls don't have to run up in their face to deal damage. And bangers have that leash issue, but you can get around it. There is a good reason why one would want to recruit 1 or even 2 more squads of bangers, but more on that later.
Now that is what I call an army.
The deal with this mission is this. At any given moment, there are 2 waves on the field. One is attacking you, and the next one spawns somewhere and gets in position somewhere else. What it means is that the next wave will attack from different angles depending on how fast you dispose of the current one. Back in the day, as I got better, my strategy had to evolve to accommodate for that. The general plan is this. Deal with the wave 0 within reasonable time span. You drive up to the first wave and fire up Fails Meter. Do it ASAP, but let them get in mission boundaries first. This triggers series of events. Wave 2 activates. You are around and they aggro towards you. Evil Rob Halford shows up and will not leave until you pay attention to him. Wave 3 spawns, but they are far away and you have plenty of time to handle your current duties. After you do, you handle Wave 3 on your own, with the Face Melter you say. Depending on how fast you kill Wave 3, Wave 4 will take their time to get to you. Use the Bloodbath. Then you rush up to Wave 5 and delete them. One word about mission boundaries. Now some more details. You are allowed to take your time with Wave 0. Wave 1 starts far away, and once you dispose of Wave 0 within the certain time window, Wave 1 will approach from far left. But if you take it too slow, Wave 1 will approach from the middle. If you are fast, just defeat Wave 1 and Wave 2 will go after you. But if you are too slow, then here's what I used to do. I would summon the car and aggro Wave 2 with machine gun, then I would deal with Wave 1. That way, Wave 2 will go after me and not at the stage, and the rest of the mission will be back on track. But I don't remember the details. But what I would try to do nowadays is have my army attack move in front of the left fan geyser and move immediately towards the Wave 1.
11 o'clock is a direction, Mangus. See that dial on your soundboard with the 12 on the top?
Oh, so that's what that is. Yeah, man. Bad news at 11 o'clock.
You will.
Got some mean-looking dudes headed for us, man. 10 o'clock.
Everything louder.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
You have to play, Eddie. I took a month not to hurt people.
The usual plan is this. Approach Wave 1 with Thunderhawk. Stunning them helps you prevent runaway, but you can skip the stun. Ram into big guy, stand in his way. If he still bypasses you, shock him until you grab his attention and then face melt. Note that this won't work if you try it with your car. Thunderhawk is your army and will get their attention. Your car, while you are not in it, is just a decoration. If you can, give your guys attack command in this vicinity to prevent the leash problem. Okay, now Wave 2. And here's Evil Rob Halford. Say fuck. I'm conflicted. But I don't get what's the deal with him. Sometimes he just flies off, sometimes he stays for all time. What I'm thinking about is that whenever you smack him, he has a random chance of deciding to escape. You see, avatars have 16 HP. Even though avatars are immortal in single player, after having depleted their health, they would just fly off, ignoring all the hits time. I've seen this dipshit taking 20 hits before. If you fight him, he can stall you for eternity. This is exactly why bangers would be useful. Your army is left alone to fight the enemy, and bangers, without any interaction from both avatars, can handle the situation better than girls. That's where the battle cry comes from, so that your army can do better on their own while you are stalled. If you leave him be, he will murder your girls, setting you back even more. But, assuming that all goes well and he flees, your plan is to double team with the Holy Magic King and delete all the hairbangers. This is splash damage, you know how this works. Then you set off to murder the big guy. Razor's Edge and Fire Court makes sense here, but the Fire Court at this point in the game is pretty expensive. Finally, double team with your girls and help them with the groupies. While all this happens, replace destroyed Thunderhawk with any of the squads depending on what you are going to do next. More on that later. Actually, let me check something out. One squad of bangers, one squad of girls, and ignore him entirely.
What's wrong with your hair? Shouldn't you be digging a ditch somewhere?
It kinda works, but it also may fail. Oh, I didn't know that this could happen. Wave 3. Command your army towards the stage. If the enemy is close, they will aggro towards your guys and ruin the setup. If they are far, that's good. Catch up to them. Watch out for mission boundaries. If you cross it with your car, mission ends, even when you are in the middle of leaving the car. Face melter. Stand somewhere here next to the girls. The bangers will gather around to hear the song of death. Note that pretty bad thing that may happen is that you are so late that wave 3 made it to the other side of the battlefield. If this happens, well, brutal reset or improvise. Wave 4. If this one takes you long enough, wave 5 will be faster. You see, if you delete wave 3 as fast as it's their turn, you will have to wait for wave 4 to get to you. Meanwhile, wave 5, the final one, gets in the middle. Wave 5 is more convenient to kill them when they reach their intended tactical position. If you are forced to take your time to delete wave 3, then wave 4 is already in your face, which makes you fight them faster. Once you do, wave 5 is forced to attack you from wherever they are and will approach you from the right, through the out of bounds area, just like wave 4, and you have to wait. Back to wave 4. Wait until they are in convenient inbounds area. Use the bloodbath. If you see that situation is handled, leave your army to deal with survivors and push for wave 5. Again, aim for the girls, shred, bloodbath, the end. If done correctly, you will have erased wave 5 before your guys come to help. That's why I'm no longer thinking about staying with wave 4 than having my guys to follow me for wave 5. Safe strategy against wave 5 would be stunning them. For that, you need fresh Thunderhawk you bought during wave 2. Don't let the bouncer from wave 4 touch it. Stay in his face with the deuce. If your car is severely damaged and you don't have a Thunderhawk for wave 5, consider letting wave 4 blow up your car on purpose. You cannot repair your car by resummoning it. You need to have it destroyed and summon fresh one. Did you get all that? Well, change of plans. Sorry, the light bulb just lit up. The difference starts right here. Assuming that you vanquished wave 2 on time, here's what you do. You have your army following you. Wait far enough from wave 3 and rush to them as they enter the boundaries. Melt faces. Then intercept wave 4 and lure them inbounds. No time to get to the stage and grab reinforcements. After studying the mission boundaries, I realized that they actually move just on the edge of the mission. Just enough so that it is unsafe to engage them. So, you lure them in. Aim for the groupies. That is important. Your army is not arriving in a while, and the groupies are the ones dealing damage to you. After that, you rush to wave 5 like before. I know it's chaotic. Like I told you, I'm discovering shit as I make these videos. There are some glitches in this mission. Once upon a time, I've restarted this mission so much that I could bypass the 20 load limit and have 40 load. Another time, I had 2 Holy Magic Kings up on the field. I don't think trying to set this up would be beneficial time-wise, but at least now you know. Alright, enough about this mission. Brutal victory! Drive, drive, drive. I already talked about tributes during Machine Gun 80. But, one note, if you are using splits, from time to time you may experience unexplainable time losses. Right here. Boss stops if you are not paying attention, and this spot is vulnerable to this. Gate of Battersmith. This mission is about sending your guys forward and unlocking a rally flag on the way. You get rally flag. So if you activate the tab slab shortly after landing, you'll have the recruit UI glitched for the mission. To prevent that, wait till screen fades to black and activate the slab at the very last moment. After the battle starts, recruit bangers and then girls. Bangers deal more damage, but there's only so much that can fit at the gate. And if done right, the gate falls before the third squad reaches it. Next step, deal with cannoneer. If you aren't fast enough, evil Rob Halford comes to wreck your shit. Focus on the cannoneer and run.
Nice wing.
Next step, command the new guys to smash the gate. Watch out though, you don't have individual orders yet. And if you give the command so that more than one squad can hear it, they will regroup, and guys that are ahead will wait for those behind. And faster guys will wait for the slower ones so that they march as one. Use your knowledge on shouting range and first command the first group, then second group. There will be squad of groupies arriving soon. I melt them. Fly away, land in this spot, play battle cry, fly back, double team with the Holy Magic King, ignore everything. Brutal victory! Drive. The road through the props is shorter, but you know, gotta drive carefully. The Great Chinese Wall. As long as your guys move forward, it doesn't matter what you do. So here's what I do. Send them forward right off the bat. If you look around with analog stick and can't seem to hit with the beacon, help yourself with attack command. Run forward while placing a beacon. As soon as everyone spawns, turn back. Have your guys move to the new beacon. Make sure everyone knows where to go. Then turn around, peek, and melt face. I usually go in when they cross this line. Then you deal with the remainings. Don't take too long.
We walked on fire. I didn't do anything. That sucks. Not doing that again. Man, these guys are everywhere.
Next step, you wait for Rob. While you do, place the beacon over there. If you were unable to, place it anywhere forward. Whatever keeps your guys moving forward works. Then Rob arrives and the dialogue starts. Give move command to skip it. Get down faster than him, bait the swag Potemkins. If they're still alive, don't panic. Move around, maybe they'll fall for it. Still don't panic. Once your army catches up, they will aggro on them. Usually that's enough. Remember to keep your guys moving. Don't kill hairbangers on your own. You are risking a slowdown. Walk. Brutal victory. Drive. Again, through or around props. Visit Ozzy's crib. Drive. Alright, Impaler's time. You can help the roadies destroy the first one with the single self. There are many ways of doing it. It involves running forward, using maximum guitar attacks without overheating, battle cry, guitar again, face melt, guitar. Don't miss the move command. Pause the combo if needed. So about the max guitar attacks. If you have super shakers or nothing, 2 F shakers. If you have shredders, 3 F shakers. If you have Roman candle, do whatever. The candle is pretty devastating.
I've worked with some good roadies in my day, but you guys really know how to make yourselves invisible. They totally can't see you coming. Oh yeah. That guy's a murder on buildings.
Sneak. Walk around in this area. This will attract your roadies.
You know, I used to be pretty stealth back in my day too.
Oh yeah?
Sneak.
I still know how to hang in the shadows of the crew. Let's blow some eardrums.
So, right now, something fresh. Vanquish the operators. Place the beacon, but stay with the roadie. Then give the move command to make this easier. Then try to do insta-hold position and individual order. For that to work, don't use visual cue. Hold use, wait half a second and press move command. I have no way of consistently manipulating the roadies so that all of them would fit next to the impaler. Default strategy looks like this. You send forth the roadies, sneak along the right wall. Somewhere along the way play battle cry. Stand at their spawning point. Wait for 6 roadie blast or react to the stream. After they spawn, 11 seconds must pass. If everyone is dead before those 11 seconds, you softlock. Space Melter takes more or less 3 seconds, so you wait 8 more before blowing out the priest. Now I present you with alternate strategy. It nullifies some of the randomness of your guys and replaces it with randomness of the enemy. I'm warning you, it's difficult, less consistent, and if it fails, it may take even longer than the other strategy. But imagine the potential. Start by sending forward the roadies and go here, through the lead. Stand in this magic spot. Use all Roman candles you have. Default is 5. Besides that, it takes 4 more blasts from the roadies to wreck the tower. So it's less time consuming when not all 3 roadies fit at the tower. Once it falls, double team with the roadie that is the closest to the enemy. Pay attention to the priest. Best case scenario, he gets close and gets melted. When he shoots, we need to carefully aim the face melter. This requires excellent perception of face melter range. Have the priest at the very edge of the blast radius so that you catch all the guys that run by. It works, but still there is high chance that they spread too much.
Okay, that's the last of them.
Whichever strategy you do, end the mission with machine orders to skip the conversation. And of course, brutal victory! In next episode, we burn down Pewdiepie's Minecraft house.